the 8th of March, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Hello.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you.
So we are ready to start the new parak. Wow.
Oh boy, wow.
We have a round of applause for Parak Achovel.
Achovel, Hadran Halach.
Dran Allah Achovel. Shat Hashem.
Wow. 93B.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. 117. Okay. 93. Hagozel Eitzim. The Mishnah. Okay, so we got a Mishnah over here, so let's read this Mishnah. Alan's not here today.
No, I haven't heard from him.
I haven't seen him either.
Okay. He probably left a message on the email. I didn't see it.
Mm.
Okay. So, Roy, would you like to start off the reading of the Mishnah?
Okay. Hagozel Eitzim Asa'on Kalim. If one steals pieces of wood and makes them into utensils. Omar Ra'asal Begodim, or pieces of wool and makes them into garments. Mishalem Kishais Hagazala. He pays their value as of the time of the robbery. Gozel para Moveris Vayalada. If one stole a pregnant cow and it gave birth, Rachel Tu'uno Uguzozo, or a wool laden ewe, and he sheared it. Shalem Demei Para Medes Leilad. He pays the value of a cow that stands to give birth. Udemei Rachel Medes Ligozel, or the value of a ewe that stands to be shorn.
Wow.
Gozel para the nisapara etzelo v'yolado, or if one stole a cow and it became pregnant while it was being held by him and it gave birth. Rachel v'nita aina etzelo ugazozo, or a ewe, and it became laden with wool while it was being held by him and he sheared it. Mishalem b'sha'as hagazala, he pays the value as of the time of the robbery. Zeh kolol, this is the rule. Kol hagazalanim mishalamin kisha'ais hagazala. All robbers pay at the value as of the time of the robbery.
Okay. Wow. Quite a chiddush. So the obvious question over here is, well, what happens to the profit? Who keeps the profits? If the Goslin only has to pay Kishas Agzela, what the animal was worth at the time that he stole it. So the animal goes up in value. And here it's not simply going up in value. It gave birth, or it grew wool. So if the Goslin shears off the wool, who keeps that wool? The Mishnah seems to say that that all the Goslin has to do is give back the amount of just as he stole it. And let's take a look. We'll see in Rashi. Maybe Rashi will tell us more.
It does seem like, though, when you say at the time of the robbery, the time of the robbery would include the wool that's on the guy, or was taken off. It's always including that because it's the value of the item. If the item was, if the item, had things, it had that value, extra value to begin with. A cow that's Muberet and a sheep that has the wool on it. The ewe that has the wool on it. Obviously, though, that makes it worth more having the wool on it than not. A shorn sheep versus an unshorn sheep, one that doesn't have anything left. It's been done already.
Okay, but what about an animal that wasn't expecting it, didn't have any wool?
Well, you get back to the value of the animal.
So who keeps but now the animal now there's a calf. Now there's wool. Who keeps the wool and the calf?
Well, was it pregnant or not pregnant before?
Was not.
If it wasn't pregnant before, then he gives back a non-pregnant value of a non-pregnant cow because it wasn't pregnant before.
So he can keep
the calf.
He'll keep the calf and he'll keep the wool.
So he gets a profit from his theft.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, I'm going to go into the thieving business.
Yeah, but the cow wasn't pregnant when he had it. So, he had an unpregnant cow before.
Okay.
If you want to be finicky about it, you can say that if the cow wasn't pregnant before he was stolen, but became pregnant while he was stolen, the pregnancy is the fetus has part of the cow anyway. In that it's got part of the original cow in it. It wouldn't have been there otherwise.
So you want to say that he has to pay for the value of a cow that was capable of becoming pregnant, as opposed to a cow which was not capable of becoming pregnant, which might be a lesser value.
Probably, yeah, I suppose.
So. Let's say he steals a cow that's not pregnant, and then the cow becomes pregnant and gives birth, and now he has a cow and a calf. And now he decides to do tshuva, and he says, I stole your cow, here's your cow back. So he gives the cow back to the owner, and now he's got a calf. Doesn't seem right. Seems like he made a profit.
But that was his original thing. That's what he stole. He stole a calf that wasn't pregnant. And that's the time of the theft, is what it always says, the time of the robbery. Everything's saying what it was.
But the owner can say, wait a second, you that's my calf. My cow gave birth, and that's my calf. You can't have it.
It wasn't pregnant at the time. Remember that. It wasn't pregnant when he stole it. That's the key. It was pregnant when he stole it, obviously.
If you hadn't stole it from me, it would have become pregnant when I was the owner, and I would have that calf. You stole my calf.
You wouldn't have. You had to do something to get that calf to be pregnant. It wasn't pregnant.
It became pregnant because it became pregnant because of through my cow. what's a
Bull.
bull? Through my bull.
Right.
That's what he says. He says, bull. Give me my calf back.
So the cow, the pregnancy was due to the owners, to the thief's bull.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So
the
they
owner
both
said,
own it.
I also have a bull. And if you hadn't stolen it, my bull would have impregnated the cow.
Right.
But,
He didn't
but, it
need his
wasn't,
bull.
but you didn't do it before. You didn't do it at that time of the theft. You didn't impregnate it. You
So
didn't have
half
the bull
of-
impregnated.
So half
I
of the
would have.
calf.
If you hadn't stolen it, I would have. It was a normal course of things. I have bulls and cows mingling together. They're constantly having
but he's-
relations and getting pregnant and having cows.
Okay,
Half-
Shlomo would say cut it in half.
He stole a non-pregnant cow. He gave back a non-pregnant cow. That's the value he gave it back. Now he can go out and do whatever he wants with that cow that he gives him back. He's giving him the value back, the same value that he took out, that he stole. Why should he give a greater value than he stole?
What if it happens that the cow now cannot become pregnant anymore? For some,
Then that's damage to the cow. That's a totally different situation. We're not talking about a case where the cow can't. If you did something to it, then it's not the same value that he's giving back.
Okay. So let's take a look at Rashi. See what Rashi can tell us over here.
The Rashi. You want to start the Rashi? You want me to start it, Lou?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's Hagozel Eitzim, someone who steals the wood. Mishalem Kisha'at Gazela. He pays at the time of the theft. Demei Eitzim, the value of the wood. Vitzemer, and the wood and the wool. The Ein Chayiv, and he's not Chayiv, Lachzir Lo Kalim. He's not, doesn't have to give him he doesn't have to return the value of the utensils that he made it into. The Kane Bishuni that he acquired with a shinui, a change. There was a change involved. It wasn't the same thing anymore. He stole a piece of wood and now it's a kalim. But that's what he stole. He stole wood, not kalim. And then the Demei Rachel, the value of the ewe, Me'una Liguz, Ta'una Ligzaz, which is needing shearing. You know, that's needing shearing. The ha'odef and the extra, the change, so to speak, shizheva exar, that is now, that is the value is now, holad, akshav's holad. Now it's like born. It's like it's now created. The Hagiza, the shearings, Yoter Shalom, the extra shearings are his. Who? The Kana Bishun, because he acquired it with a change.
There's what Rashi has to say about this case. What case is this that Rashi's talking about?
There's the sheep that's ready to be sheared.
It's
when
only
he
talking
stole
about
it-
the first cases. He's not talking about the cases we're arguing about.
Well, we're not up to. Yeah, he didn't talk about
Is
that.
he talking about the first case, or is he talking about a different case?
We're talking about the first two cases, not the cow case yet.
Demei Rachel Hatu'una Ligozes. He's talking about what it is that he's talking about those words, Udemei Rachel. Well, actually, if you want to know the truth, we don't seem to have these words exactly in the.
Yeah, we do. It's Udemei Rachel haomedet ligazav. That's the words, right?
Approximately, the Rashi has the word hatauna ligazes. Yeah. Okay,
It
that's
has
I think
the
That's
ta'una
the
is in
first case. That's the end of the
That's the-
second example in the first case.
but at the time,
Ta'una, like ta'ina, is something that's freaking tina is loaded up with. So what it's saying, we have a U that's loaded up with wool, and then to shear it. That's what we're talking about. That
this is not how. What was the animal full of wool when he stole it?
yes.
Yes.
I disagree.
Why?
Because Rashi's Dibra Maschil is Demei Rachel Hatu'unali Gazes. He's talking about what the thief has to pay. He has to pay Demei Rachel Hatu'unali Gazes. That's what he has to pay.
What does hata'una mean?
Loaded up with, like it's ready to be sheared.
Yeah.
It's loaded with wool. Loaded up.
So doesn't that
Freaking
imply that it's the wool's there already?
the wool is on the animal?
But when did the animal get all this wool? At the time, was it full of wool at the time that he stole it, or did he steal an animal that didn't have wool? And after he stole it and it was in his possession, then it got all this wool.
The Mishnah gives you those two cases separately.
Yeah.
So the first case is he's got wool on him already, and the second case he got the wool after he was stolen. And the same thing with other things there. The cow gave birth, was already pregnant in one case, and the other case it became pregnant while he was stolen.
Okay, so listen to what Rashi says. Listen to you're right. Okay, so we're talking about this case of Gozel, Rachel Teuna. He stole he stole a Rachel that was Teuna. It was filled with wool, full of wool. Okay, fine. Let's say that. That's the case that's the case. And after, right, if you read the Mishnah, it says Gozel para muberis v'yolda. That's for case number one. Case number two, he stole a rochel teuna, or he stole a sheep that was filled with wool. Ugazaza. And then the Ganav, after having stolen it, he sheared the wool off the animal. So now it says in the Mishnah, Mishalem demei paro medis laid, doesn't have to give the calf back, but he has to pay for the value of the para, that a pregnant para, and also demei rochel or medis ligozes, he has to pay for the value of a ewe that was filled with wool. But look what Rashi says. Rashi says there is added value that the Ganav is getting. And Rashi's saying that the added value, it belongs to the Ganav.
Because he made a change. When he sheared the animal, he effected a change to the animal. And because he made that change, he gets the difference in value. That's the first case. The second case.
What did he do to change the animal that gave birth?
He sheared it. The animal that gave birth?
Yeah, what did he do? Something that he did.
Well, it doesn't talk about that case. It talks about the wood, and it talks about the wool. It doesn't talk about the birth. That's what I'm concerned about. He leaves that out as though there's no difference.
Yeah,
but it seems like there's a big difference.
Rashi seems to have skipped over that case.
Yeah.
Well, the question that goes is if you have, let's talk about this ewe for a second. If a ewe has this wool on it that hasn't been shorn yet, that has a certain value. And what the Mishnah is saying is when he steals it, that's the value that he has to give back. The value of a ewe that has the thing waiting to be shorn. Now, what happens when he does shear it?
Oh,
He only has to back what it was before. Now, is the shearing now, is the wool without, with the shearing, now that he sheared it, did he make money or did he lose money on the situation, the shearing? Is it now, he has to give back a value of a wool, the value of that animal. It's not like I'm just giving back the animal. I'm giving back the value of an animal that would have been ready to be sheared. Now, did he make money with the shearing? You know, because there's
what does Rashi
cost
say to
involved
that
in
question? I think Rashi says very clearly what case we're talking about.
He gets to keep it. It sounds like
Rashi
the
says
extra
Odev.
the extra value that he gets, he's able to keep.
Yeah, there's extra value that the Ganav has received.
Yeah.
And he gets to keep that. And I'll tell you something else. Rashi does mention the case of the cow. Rashi says, Ha'odev sheshava akshav havlad v'hagiza. Yoter. Yoter.
That's the word.
So Rashi's talking about both cases. He's talking about the vlad. The vlad is the born one. That's the calf that was born. And granted that the animal was, even though the animal was pregnant at the time that he stole it, but now the animal gave birth in the possession of the Ganav, the Gazlan. And Rashi says, and also in the case of the Rachel, the ewe, even though the Rachel was Tu'una Ligazes, it was filled and ready to be sheared. It already had that wool, but Rashi points out that there's odev, there's extra value to the calf that's born. There's more value to a calf and a mother than there is to a mother who's pregnant. So that's extra value. And so too with the Rachel and the shearings. So that extra value the Ganav, the Gazlan keeps, says Rashi. Shalohu, it belongs to the Gazlan. Why does it belong to the Gazlan? Says Rashi. The Kaneu b'shinui. He acquired it with shinui. So what's the type of shinui that he did to the pregnant cow? Did he do any shinui?
The way he acquired it by pulling it towards him. Oh no, sorry, I'm doing something else.
Okay, so we'll have to understand what is the nature of this shinui that Rashi's talking about. Rashi doesn't explain what type of a shinui, what's the shinui over here that allows the Gazlan to keep the extra value.
Well, he introduces the shinui in the case of the wood. So the shinui in the case of the wood is that he used his carpentry skills to make it into a vessel.
Yeah,
So he actually made a change.
He did do a change in the other one because he with the cow is real of an issue. But the wool, he now has wool. Before he had a ewe, now he has wool. So there is some sort of a change when you shear the wool. And in terms of the vlad, he had to do something in order to create the vlad. The vlad, we realized, just didn't pop up out of nowhere. There was something to make a vlad.
What did he do in order that there should be a vlad that was born?
He had to do something. He had to bring over the bull.
No, we're talking here that that he stole a pregnant cow. We're talking about the case of Gozel Para Muberis, the Yolda.
I'm confused. Can we translate the second Rashi, please?
Okay. Demei Rochel Hatuuna Ligozeit. So Rashi is going on not what was stolen, but he's going on what the Goslin has to pay for what it was that he stole.
Right.
Right? So Rashi says, Odev, and the extra value, Sheshaveh Akshav, that the animal is worth now, based upon the Vlad and the Giza, based upon the calf, the presence of a live calf now, the Giza and the shearings, Yoter is going back on the that it's Shaveh.
Wait, what's the word? Holed?
Vlad. That's the
Havlad.
calf that's got born.
That's the born animal. The Vlad is called the born animal.
Well, wait a second. Where do we get a born animal? I thought we were talking about an animal that's laden with wool.
So that's what I said, that Rashi is going on both cases. You see clearly that Rashi is going on both cases of the Mishnah. The case of that he guzzled the Para Muberis, the Yolda, and the case of Rochel Tuuna, Ugzaza. In both of those two cases, the case of the Para and the case of the Rochel, the Mishnah says, Mishalem Deme Para Omedis Leiled, Udeme Rochel Omedis Ligozes. He has to pay only for the value of the Para, which was due to give birth, and for the Rochel that was due to be shorn. That's what he has to pay, the Goslin. But Rashi's pointing out that there is added value that the Goslin is receiving. Odeh, the added value, sheshaveh akshav, that it's worth now. Havlad v'hagiza, because he now has a live born calf, and he has shorn wool. Yoter, which is more than what the value of the animal that he stole, shalohu, belongs to him, the Goslin. Why? The Kaneu b'shinui, because he acquired it with shinui.
So he acquired the Vlad with the Shinui.
Yeah, both of the Konaneu, he acquired both of them. That's the Lashon Rabim over there. Right? The first time Rashi said the Kanui, the Shinui, he acquired the wood. He acquired the vessel with a shinoi. That's a lashon yochid. because we're only talking about one case that he stole the wood and he made it into a keli. He made it into a kli. Actually, over there, Rashi mentioned semer as well. In any case, Rashi's talking about both cases. Kananeu Bashino, he acquired both the Vlad as well as the shorn wool with Shinui.
So in the case of the cow that was not pregnant,
It was in this case.
no,
right?
I'm saying, I'm talking about the other case, the case where the cow was not pregnant.
Oh,
And
that we didn't get to that case yet.
Right. So I'm saying in that case, I'm guessing the reason Rashi doesn't comment on that case is because he feels it's covered under this case. And he's saying that since the cow got pregnant, that's a shinui.
No, giving birth is the shinui. And the question becomes, once the cow is given birth, it's already a change for the better. How do you know the cow is going to successfully give birth? So now that the cow successfully gave birth, that was under the domain of the Gazlan, not of the original Baal. So that's why he only gives back an original pregnant cow birth, not a cow plus calf birth.
Okay. Okay. Maybe if we take a look in the Gemora, we go further, the Gemora will address some of these issues over here that we're discussing. So, Roy, would you like to read the Gemora? Amrei.
Omre, the Gemara raises difficulty. Omre, they said, Eitzim v'asar on kalim. The Mishnah stated that if he steals pieces of wood, and makes them into utensils, and yes, he acquires them. Chiffon law, implying that if he merely planes them, the pieces of wood, he does not acquire them. Sima v'asa'an begadim. And similarly, the Mishnah states that if he steals pieces of wool and makes them into garments, yes, he acquires them. Lobanan law, implying that if he merely whitened them, the pieces of wool, he does not acquire them. Or a minhai, but in contrast with this, the fine brisa and see the contradiction. Gazelle at sea, chiffon. If one stole pieces of wood and planed them, avanim son and or stones and chiseled them. Semer velivanon, or pieces of wool, and whiten them. Pishton, unakankahu, or flax, and cleaned it of its tow. Meshalem kishes gozala, he pays their value as at the time of the robbery. And the Ascroft adds, he evidently planing wood and whitening wool alone, even without transforming it into utensils or garments, affects acquisition.
Okay, so the Gemora is asking a contradiction now between the Mishnah and the Brisa. The Mishnah would seem to be saying that you have to take the wood and make a complete transformation of it into something that is completely different now. You make it into a vessel, you make it into a chair. Then you've acquired the wood that was stolen. But anything less than that, not. But the Brisa says that even much less, you stole the wood and you just planed it. That also would be chayav, according to the Brisa. And what's this pishtan v'niko? He stole the pishtan, he stole flax, v'niko, and he cleaned it. He cleaned it of its what? Did you say, Roy? Tau? What's tau?
Yes. That is, he combs the flax to remove the short broken fibers. See Rashi.
Okay.
So the tau must be the short broken fibers.
Okay. Oh, we have a Rashi over here already?
Yeah, well, you
Before that even.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the Rashis. Rashi, the first Rashi on the Gemara is Shifui is Shaykh Be'etzim.
Okay, I'll do it. Shifui Shaykh Be'etzim. So what's Shifui?
It's planing it.
Planing, yeah.
Planing the wood. Visasisa be'avanim ushenehem lashon tikun shemiskanan umechalikan. So let's see. He planed the wood. What is this word? Sisa?
Shayach. It's applicable to 18. The word shayach, planing, is applicable to wood, but the second word, satitan, which is chiseling, is the word that used by avnim for stones. The shneim, both of them, a lashon tikon, fixing up. Shemat mekanim umachlikan, because it fixes up and it smooths it. So that they're just giving you the two words. Shifu is a planing word, and satitan is the chiseling word, and both of them are you're preparing. It's a preparation in order to do the next step. When you want to make a utensil or something out of them, you have to first plane it down in order to do the next step with it.
And what is this shemach kanan?
Shemit kanen, that prepares it. It fixes it up, so to speak. Tikkun is making things better. The machlik is making it smooth.
Fixes it and smooths it.
Yeah.
So he's just explaining really what this what this phrase means, to chisel, but to
Explaining the two words of the Lashon, that's what the Lashon is. It's the language of the preparation stage, is the planing and the chiseling.
okay. Unekahu min ha neoras.
Yeah, that's what Roy was saying. That's combing the flax, and that's combing it in order to get rid of these fibers. A new rope.
Fibers.
Yeah.
What are they? They're immature. They're half grown. Maybe that's why they're calling language of Nar.
Right. Okay, it is late now. We'll pick it up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, time's up.
Okay, Yashikoyach, everyone.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Very good.
All right.
Everybody have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Be well. See you all tomorrow, Matt Hashem.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hashem.